how many of those opportunities are they going to get, especially now that we're going to be seeing Eclipse on the offensive end for the first time today? How effective will they be?
We've watched this Eclipse team. They do not waste offensive possessions very often. Here's Nick Warden. Pass inside, picked up by the goalie in Benjamin Cohen-Victor. Good outlet pass, hits James Kowalski on a run. Fast break for Garden State, down low. Good movement, shoot, they score! Cedric Schick makes it 1-0 as 3D Garden State strikes first.
You got the traditional 4v3 fast break, and it was ran to perfection. Bang, bang, goal.
That time, Garden State taking advantage of the opportunity. They had a transition play wide open in front of Cage, not missing the opportunity there.
Jackson Stebbings gets the assist, as Scotty mentioned. Perfectly executed. You draw the defender, move the ball, and have the doorstep opportunity that they complete, up 1-0. And there is the first team All-World Fogo doing his thing, and Charlie Hughes getting another win.
I think it's just the pregame jitters, you know? I think going into a game with this magnitude is nerve-wracking for these kids. You forget everything that you learned. So just give them some time. It's like going on a first date.
Doorstep, what a feed! Cedric Schick's got 2, and a great look from the top as that's missiled inside by Mason Melandro to get his first assist of the day, and 2 doorstep goals for 3D Garden State.
Cedric Schick has been wide open in front of Cage, and he's not made a mistake on both opportunities.
One difference, if you're used to watching college lacrosse, the shot clock is not a thing in youth lacrosse, so they can hold on to it as long as they'd like right now. So here's Luke Moy. Up top, he's got the short stick.
This is their guy.
Bringing the ISO. Splits to the right. Runs with it, going top. Trying to go down. Pass in front from Jackson Stebbings. Matthew Solomon with the finish.
Winding down at the end of the first. This is crazy, but it's not about how a team starts the game. It matters how they end the game. And that's probably what's going to be said in that huddle. Don't take your foot off of that gas.
Great job in the first quarter by Garden State, up 3-0. Cedric Schick has 2 goals. That third goal by Matthew Solomon. Jackson Stebbings in the midfield with 2 assists as well. Scotty, just what are your early takeaways from that first quarter presented by Games Changer?
So Garden State came out hot. I love to see it. They came out with great energy and sticking to the game plan. The coaches know what they're talking about. They're probably telling the kids, make sure you guys hold the ball and go for the quality look. But with Eclipse, I'm seeing them be a little frantic right now. They're settling for bad shots, but I have no doubt that Eclipse is going to figure it out sooner or later.
I just think for Eclipse, you just haven't seen them play their game. I don't think the players have really, not meant the moment necessarily, but just they haven't gotten into the game yet. They have this second quarter. I think now they've identified where this Garden State team is really effective. I think we're going to see a much better Eclipse side in the second frame.
Declan Troy was able to get up and grab it, but no contact.
I do think for Eclipse, you already see them be a little bit more comfortable on offense to start the second quarter.
Feed in front, over the top. And there it is, Eric Cutry gets the goal on the feed from Liam Regan. We got a 3-1 game.
Yep, and you know how that whole offensive possession started? With a failure to advance. They're going to capitalize on Garden State's mistakes. So what Garden State has to do is make sure they minimize their mistakes, because Eclipse knows what they're doing. So don't give them any more opportunities than they already have.
And in the first quarter, it was Garden State capitalizing on the man-up opportunities, and now Eclipse, they get that penalty there. They score, taking advantage of a chance they get.
Another mistake that Eclipse needs to get rid of in this second half, in this second quarter and the second half, is now Aiden Kwok taking it down low. Cohen-Victor's been fantastic, another save.
Absolutely.
I don't think you're beating Vickers that way in this game.
You're not going to beat him that way, but he has to clean up his clearing game right now. He's the one shooting himself in the foot right now.
Something you hate to see as a goalie when you get the save. That's the hardest part. And then you got to see another shot down low. Eclipse makes it a 3-2 game. Benjamin Marich with the goal going 5-hole.
See, now Eclipse probably thinks they're going on a run, and when a team like this starts to think that they're going on a run, they become a very hard team to stop. So this next goal is going to be very important for Garden State. A little bit. Act like you've been here before. Slow it down.
And you mentioned slowing it down. That's really how they scored their first 3 goals. It was when they got into their possession, into their sets, they were able to score.
And there's the step down rip from Aiden Kwok, the lefty. Sizzles one between the wickets, and a 3-3 tie game.
Now you got to watch the body language of Garden State here. Hopefully they're still thinking they have this game, because if your body language starts suffering after that goal, Eclipse is going to capitalize and make sure they do what they do best.
Aiden Kwok, the goal scorer, he's really grown into this game. You can see now the confidence. Every time he gets on the ball, he just has that confidence about him that he can make any move and score.
Great face-off win. Maxwell Jacobs wins it back to himself. Uses his wingers in Jude McBride. McBride inside the pole, bounces just a little too high over the cage as it's picked up by Benjamin Marich. Now Warden lowers the shoulder, low to low rip, slight bouncer. That's what makes them so good in the second half. Here's Nick Warden again. Goes up top, Ryan Fish. Fish steps down, jump shot! Goes top right. With 5 minutes left in the third quarter, Eclipse Black gets their first lead of the day.
This might be a time for Garden State to call a timeout, refresh, and reset, because I told you those Eclipse boys know what they're doing. Once they get the train going, you're not going to stop them.
This has really been a poor start to the second half for Garden State. They can't win any faceoffs, and the Eclipse coaches said everyone on this team has such great individual skill, and you're seeing that everyone's pulling out the flashy moves now.
Now Aiden Kwok with the shorty. Garden State's going to need a quick slide.
I don't know why
Kwok beats his man. Tries to bull dodge. Drops the ball. 50-50 ground ball picked up again by Eclipse. Keeps the possession going.
21's got to know on that possession, you don't set the pick if you have the pull. That's why that situation got a little cluttered. Give them room. Let them cook. There it is.
Here's Liam Regan. In front. Step down. Low to high. Eric Cuttrey. Second goal of the day. Eclipse up by 2.
That train is going downhill now.
Garden State, they've got to win a faceoff, and they've got to get back into their offense, because Eclipse, every time they go for an attack, it's just effective passing and even more effective shooting.
Momentum is 100% with Eclipse right now. So you got to imagine for Chris Stebbings and Garden State, it's about, like AJ said, win a faceoff, but also get that next goal. You need to stop their momentum. Back up top, 2-man game up top. Kwok gets it, going down low. The feed hits Benjamin Marich. Doesn't quite get it in his cross. He's thinking about the shot a little too soon there. Short stick matchup for 21 in white.
And at this point in the game, Eclipse, they can afford to be patient. They don't really need to rush anything.
Here's Cuttrey to Kwok. Bounce shot. And it's a 6-3 game. Eclipse up by 3 with 3.5 minutes to play.
This is a tough situation for Garden State. You see the clock is running. Score is 6-3 right now. Everything is against Garden State right now, and Eclipse clawed their way back into this one, and now they're making a statement.
That mountain just getting a little bit more steeper for Garden State, and really now they have to push the tempo, something that they're not really used to doing. That isn't how their offense works.
That's the thing about Eclipse. Maybe a slow first half. That's what Coach Buzzio said. He said we've been slow in the first half, but our second half has always been phenomenal, and it's continuing here today.
Didn't let that first quarter bring them down. Slow start, but for those final 3 quarters, they showed who they were and did the thing, winning this game 6-3.
The Eclipse head coach has said this team kind of has a bad habit with slow starts, but they didn't let that affect them too much. Held Garden State scoreless the remainder of the game. Quite the accomplishment.